Hi everyone, welcome to Chelsea Daft, and this is all the latest Chelsea news and transfer news in just a 5-minute video. That's my website as well, chelseadaft.org. Let's get cracking. So as we all know, Conte has chosen to stay away from training due to health fears with coronavirus, and Willian Caballero backs his teammate over the training absence after a bad time with the symptoms. As we know, Conte was given permission to miss training last week, and Caballero said this: "It's very understandable. He tested negative for COVID-19 but had a bad time of it during quarantine with symptoms of the virus that have given him that fear. We respect him and we'll wait until he feels comfortable, because the truth is, to do what we're doing, you have to feel okay and feel confident. And after we start again, we have to all go forward together." N'Golo is a very humble and hard-working person who is always smiling, and he must have his reasons to lift up his hand and say what he said. Here's some good news. For this training that's been happening the last couple of weeks, Frank Lampard calls up the Wonder Kid for Chelsea training session ahead of the Premier League return. Armando Braja has been called into the first team squad for training. So Football London ask, who is Armando Braja? Chelsea's heir to Tammy Abraham, training with Frank's first team. Braja is 18. He joined Chelsea at the age of 9, and as he's come through the ranks, he can play as a main striker or out wide. So far this season in the academy, he'd scored 20 goals, which earned him the chance to be on the bench for the game against Everton. When Chelsea won 4-0, he was given 5 minutes or so, replacing Olivier Giroud towards the end. It's good to see that Frank Lampard is involving him this time around. Two things happened over the course of the weekend. We saw the approval given for the Saudi takeover at Newcastle. We then saw Rafa Benitez say he wants to go back to Newcastle, and if he does, he wants to sign 2 players. One being John Stones of Man City, the other Ross Barkley. It's believed, according to this report, that Ross Barkley is not keen on a move to Newcastle, and the article basically states that the Magpie is going to have work cut out trying to convince him. I think Barkley's got a future at Chelsea. I think he's done enough before the season was postponed to impress us all, and Frank Lampard, having got his head down and worked hard, and I think Barkley's going nowhere. An update on Willian, and Arsenal lead the race for the Chelsea winger, with David Luiz doing his best to convince him to move from West to North London. So here's an interesting take on Jeremy Boga, and it was reported that Chelsea were looking at the option of activating the buyback clause to sign him back from Sassuolo. Chelsea yesterday, or over the course of the weekend, have decided against doing that, but instead they've negotiated a sell-on clause with the Italian side, and that's quite an interesting move, really. That's basically Chelsea confirming to the player that they don't want him, basically. So I wonder if they can get some sort of sell-on deal done with Sassuolo, but it just seems very, very strange. So to the Express, and Chelsea target one big marquee signing for Frank Lampard as the supposed transfer plan emerges. Remember, this is from the media, so take it with a pinch of salt. But according to this report, the Chelsea board want to give him one marquee player this summer, despite the situation with the coronavirus and the financial markets. I just wonder who that signing is going to be. According to a recent poll, and as featured by Football London, Chelsea fans will tell you who they want it to be, between the likes of Jadon Sancho, Kai Havertz and Timo Werner, and the player that come out on top, Jadon Sancho. Here's the new name. Chelsea identify Jesus Corona as the ideal backup target for Jadon Sancho. The 27-year-old Porto winger would be available for around 27 million this summer. He's only scored 2 goals and only achieved 7 assists in the Portuguese league this season. Wonder if there's any substance in this at all. And the interesting one fullback that we were appeared to be linked with is now officially over. Chelsea dropped transfer interest in Achraf Hakimi after Reece James's progress in the first team. They were eyeing up Hakimi as a potential fullback to battle Cesar Azpilicueta on the right hand side, but because Reece James has impressed so much last season, Chelsea are now happy with the options they've got on the right hand side. That's it from me, Tuesday the 26th of May. If you liked the video, smash the like button for me, then subscribe to the channel, but hit the button for notifications to make sure you don't miss anything and any of my videos that come out. Let me know what you think about the video in the comments section below, and check out the more content from my channel which is featured here. See you all tomorrow.